I'm a very loose watercolor painter, probably too loose. So I do sympathise with those of you that can't get loose. So I've got all these tips here to hopefully help you. The most important one, I would say, is to use a sketchbook. If you're a little bit fearful of getting loose, the worst thing you can do is just get a white blank sheet of great quality watercolor paper. It's so much pressure. So get started with a sketch and use a drawing pen. This is a waterproof fine liner, black, sort of very fine nibbed pen. Details about the pen can be found in the description. But what I like about using a pen is it makes me look more. I'm more creative. If I've got a pencil and rubber on standby, I tend to keep rubbing out and making lots of mistakes. This way, I'm really, really loose and I'm trying to be as minimalist as I can, creating all these nice marks with the pen. But you could also use a piece of charcoal, do a bit of blending, some tonal drawings, and you can use a twig to draw with. So this is just a twig I've got from the garden, and I've sharpened it with a pencil sharpener. I've made a puddle of dark watercolor paint, and I'm just sketching now, sort of wet on dry, on my watercolor little sketchbook here. And it's even more loose than the pen is. You can really feel like you can just sort of just see these shapes and just put them on. And because you can't get a lot of watercolor on the twig, you have to keep dipping, you're kind of even more minimalist in a way. So I would say a twig is a really good idea, and using a pen or even a bit of charcoal is a great idea to help you loosen up your watercolors. For those of you that like access to some bonus content, longer tutorials, why not check out my Patreon membership? Details about the membership can be found in the description below. Another really good tip is minimalist drawing. As you can see here, I'm using an HB pencil and I'm just really sketching in the marks that I need to for guidance. I don't want to do a painting by numbers, which would be very tight. This is a loose painting and I just need a little bit of guidance. And sometimes you can just do this with a little bit of light watercolor paint as well. A great way of starting off a watercolour and to keep loose is start off with a wet in wet wash. So wet your watercolour painting, the paper first, and then paint wet in wet, which is what I'm doing here with the sky. It really does keep you loose and you get lots of lovely soft edges. Another really great tip is to use the largest brush that you have. I'm quite sympathetic with students who are not comfortable holding a large brush. But if you want to loosen up, maybe go on the back of an old watercolor painting and use a large brush. May surprise yourself, but it really is very freeing up, and really load that brush as well. Each sort of stroke, load it, stroke the paper, load it again, so you get plenty of paint on your brush. I like to use a little bit of mixed media that complement my watercolors. So using Brusho, which is what I'm using here, pastels, soft pastels or oil pastels, salt or watercolor pencils are quite nice because they keep you loose. It's fun to use and it takes the pressure off, so you can actually take a few more risks. As you can see, I'm using my twig again here just to pull up the paint to create some lovely thin grasses, textures and details. I don't think anyone can argue that spattering is probably the most loose technique there is out there. It can be so sort of messy for a start, but it creates lots of texture and it always stops me from overworking. I do it at the end of every watercolor painting, so I stop fiddling. And it really does keep me loose. And I'm actually now just sort of painting this tree here. And if you look at the reference photograph, I'm not copying it, I'm interpreting it. I'm designing my own painting. This really does keep you loose because you're not sort of tied down to copying this photograph, which can really tighten you up. So try not to copy and try not to paint all the details, the blades of grass, every leaf on the tree. Just keep it to the minimum and you will keep your painting from tightening up and it should remain loose. I love using a plastic card that you can cut up, store card, bank card, obviously an expired one, hopefully. But also you can use the end of a tube of paint. And that's what I'm doing here. I'm pulling out some wet paint and creating sort of thin grasses, which is what I was doing as well with the twig. And now I'm going to use the tube of paint, the corner of the tube, and sort of scratch in to these damped sort of paint in the distant trees here to create sort of tree trunks and thin branches. It is permanent, but it is fun to do. Spritzing off your paint is an extremely loose thing to do. You know, especially if you've made a mistake or you don't like something, you can spritz off. But here I'm doing it as a technique to get all the paint drizzling down. So another tip here is to tilt your painting to keep everything loose as well. And it's really it creates lots of atmospheric paintings as well, but it certainly keeps you from tightening up. One thing that helps me keep loose and not tighten up is that I know that I can use a little bit of white gouache at the end of the painting if I lose my light. So I take more risks and it keeps me more loose. I hope that makes sense. But I'm using my large size 14 brush here and just putting on some white gouache, damp into damp, and I'm also spattering it as well. So if you feel you've lost your light, you've always got that white paint to fall back on. If you don't have white gouache, you can use white acrylic paint, white watercolor paint, white acrylic inks, and pastels. As you can see here, I'm making another puddle and I'm just going to sketch and draw some very thin sort of trees and branches with my twig. So it's great, which is what I did at the very beginning in the sketchbook. I'm doing the same sort of technique here with the twig. The only thing is you have to keep dipping in all the time, but it does keep it minimalist because you can't just rush ahead here. You know, it's sort of, it's a little bit more controlling, but it also keeps you loose. So you saw there, I've finished my painting with a spatter. So as you know, from the photograph, I've sort of changed it quite a bit. I've also painted some birds in the distance as well to give like a focal point. I really hope you've enjoyed this tutorial and it's given you lots of tips on how to loosen up your watercolors or how to stay loose. If you have any tips yourself about loosening up your watercolors, I would love to hear about them and put them in the comments section below and share them with us all. And again, if you'd like to see this tutorial longer with lots more bonus content and more tips about loosening up your watercolors, why not check out my Patreon membership? For ad-free tutorials you can cancel anytime. Thank you again for watching. Happy loose watercolor painting. Bye for now.